Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
And a good afternoon, evening, or good morning, whenever you may be watching us at a later time. I'm Weatherman Justin Staples. We sincerely appreciate your company. Greetings from our studios at downtown Martinsville, or near uptown Martinsville, excuse me. This is BTW21 News. As always, if you haven't done so, head to our Facebook page, like us there, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at BTW21. That's youtube.com/BTW21 for your chance to win a $100 gas gift card. So we're going to switch gears to the weather. It's been pretty okay this week. It's been interesting to us. We saw some rain already. We saw too much rain earlier this week, and now that we're beginning to get a break in the activity, of course, there's got to be that more is to come, right? So as they say, all good things must come to an end as I'm talking to you right now. So again, we've been seeing variably cloudy skies across many of our regions today, and pretty mild out there. A little humid from time to time, but that is expected as we're beginning to do that transition process from summer to autumn. In about 3 weeks or so, 2 weeks from now, we'll be doing, or 2 weeks from Thursday, will be the autumn equinox. So get your Halloween decorations ready. I know some of you may have already had them out for a while now. Maybe you've had your pumpkin spice out there, your pumpkin spice lattes and whatever, which not since August, because some people like to get that early edge to fall, and I agree with you, but there is a point that typically fall for me begins, meteorological fall begins the 1st of September, but I really would start celebrating it right around the 1st of October is when I start celebrating fall. That's just me. So, September, it's still pretty warm and stuff. We still have some summer afternoons, and October is that transition month as things start to cool off for us once again. And speaking of cooling off, we're going to see rain moving on in. Later on tonight, it looks like just be kind of off and on showers, so there's really not much of a heavy percentage of that expected tonight. So if you don't get much rain, you may not see nothing at all, but if you do get some showers passing through, just do know they may kind of come here and there later on this overnight, as our temperatures are going to be in the 60s for us for everywhere you go. Low to mid 60s, 63 all across south side in Rocky Mountain, the city of Martinsville and Ridgeway, out towards Floyd Mountain, or going towards Floyd, not in Floyd, but temperatures outside of Metazadan there in the low to mid 60s. Everybody will be most likely seeing some passing rain showers and mild overnight. So that is the theme for your Wednesday evening. So if you do have plans, do know we may see some passing showers here or there. Tomorrow for Thursday for the city of Martinsville, morning showers will continue on to about early afternoon, and then throughout later in the morning hours through the early afternoon hours, we will begin to see the breaks in the sun and clouds out there. If you don't see any sunshine tomorrow, you may remain variably cloudy in the part of our area. So wherever you may find yourself, if you do see partly sunny skies, consider yourself lucky. If you don't, you'll most likely remain overcast for us as you make your way towards Thursday. Again, low to mid 70s, so a cool, drastic difference here for us as our daytime highs only in the 60s out there, the 70s out there. Out here I am thinking October are daytime highs. Ignore this. This is supposed to be the low 70s. My computer has been, if you've been watching the last couple of weeks, this has been the trend. The computer has its own mindset. So this is supposed to be right around 74 degrees in Metazadan. So we'll just block that for you if I can. Maybe I can kind of do like this number here. So sorry, folks. On Metazadan, your high is not 56 for Thursday. It's supposed to be right around 74. Every time I get back and fix it, the computer wanted to fight with me. So I was like, okay, technology, you win this round. So, but the rest of our highs in the 70s for everybody. So pretty cool out there. And we'll call 56 cooler than average. So that average high would be right around November to put that as out there. So once again, my computer was fighting with me today, and I said, all right, you know what? I'm gonna let you win this one because you did not want to follow the order of my forecast. And that's the beauty of technology. Sometimes we don't want it to do. We want it to do the right thing. We want it to do the right thing, except it does at the wrong time for us too. So just keep all that in mind. Let's talk about some hurricanes because we got to switch some stuff up here. We've got some intense. These storms are pretty interesting because the thing about them, they form in unique areas that you never know how long these storms are going to survive. This storm has been around for several days now, and it's expected to do a dance out here in the open Atlantic, going closer to a couple of 100 miles south, probably about 300-400 miles. That is Greenland and Iceland. I think that is right there on the tip of your left-hand screen up there. But you see here, it's just kind of doing a loop-de-loop this coming weekend. Still a hurricane, and then expected to become a downgraded tropical depression as it makes its way towards the upcoming weekend. So our friends in Portugal and Spain, I told you about this, earlier this summer. They were dealing with extraordinary extreme heat, so any welcome rain will be beneficial for those folks out towards central Spain and Portugal, and parts of even the outlying areas of the UK may get under some clips of this storm, but the rest of the areas expected to kind of remain down to the south. And of course, they will be needing the rain because it's been so dry out there. Like I said, it's expected to become a hurricane. It's still going to be a hurricane until we get to about Thursday or so, and then it'll most likely downgrade to a tropical storm, and then a downgrade at tropical depression as it makes its way for the upcoming weekend. Let's talk about Earl. I was able to find this track. This is the map I was trying to look for yesterday. Took me some digging to find, so that is the perk of this job. You have to do your own research as well. So here's the East Coast. You see here, pretty clear. That is some good news. So there is, but this storm is projected to become a major hurricane by the time we get towards midweek here. You see by Friday, Thursday, going into Friday now, in the weekend, expected to be a Category 3 storm possibly along here. Bermuda's right here, so there are several tropical storm and hurricane warnings issued for parts of Bermuda. So if you know anybody out there that's doing traveling or vacationing, do know they are expected to see some possible high winds. If the storm it moves a little further inland, it'll most likely see some significant damage along the island there. But it's expected to kind of go up to the north trend by next week, going in there the tip outside of Halifax, Nova Scotia there of Canada. I think that's where that is. So it's going to run into some cooler water temperatures, and a lot of that storm activity will begin to die down. What you don't see on this map, there is another possible storm that has got another attention on our eyes. It could come a different direction, and there was another one that may become Fiona. It looks like the most considerable forecast. It's going to do this number, kind of similarly what that's been going on for the last two storms here for us. So another storm. One of the storms are going to go out to sea following the same direction here. There's another one that may decide to go its own way, so we'll keep a close eye on that as we're now in the midst of hurricane season. September 10th, to be exact, is the exact peak day. From the 10th to about the 21st of September is when things are really active, so we're right on time for our tropical development. Just stick around. We're going to turn things over on our great local programming. I believe we have sports today with Chad Hall. He's going to tell you about the game of the week and much more just ahead. We'll be right back.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by Zentmeyer Chiropractic.